shit right so many times.
Bring us in.
Heavy Crowns episode 31.
See, I want him to bring us in because have you noticed Bogart how he
It's 31 in Spanish. Heavy Crowns episode 31.
he acts like he knows Spanish.
Bruh, why you trying to... I be giving y'all the numbers every episode. Levi a hater. That's what it is.
No,
Levi a hater. Do y'all appreciate me bringing the
I do.
podcast in?
But I just want you to say, look, y'all.
I think that's
I
something
look it
different.
up before we shoot
And the next one gonna be Trinidaditos.
because you looked that up.
Bro.
I don't believe. But we got a guest in this
That's what it
fucking
is.
episode. Finally, because True be bullshitting.
See,
But
why you gotta come with that kind of energy? We're supposed to be at
I was
my
just
neck.
I was
Come
just
on,
kidding.
dog.
But no, we
Bubba, how
finally
you
got a
doing?
guest.
I'm doing good, fellas. I appreciate y'all having me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I mean, not that I was bullshitting, but I had to make sure that the stuff was gonna be right before we brought a guest on. One, I'm gonna say I was bullshitting because I probably could have some of the stuff set up, but I mean, hey, it's growing pain.
No, I feel you, yeah.
So, but no, we finally here, episode 31 fucking episodes. We got a guest. Y'all see the green
31
screen.
episodes.
Y'all see the green screen. We working, y'all. I'm telling y'all, hey, by the end of this year, we got 104 subscribers, I think.
No, we had 106, but now we got 105. I watched it.
Oh, you a lame ass
I
nigga.
know.
Dog.
We got
whoever
106.
unsubscribed, dog. Whoever canceled their account, I don't know. But, 106. By the end of the year, we say 1,000 subscribers.
Yeah, damn, that ain't much.
That's
Y'all
not
can do
much,
that
but
in a year.
yeah, we can do that.
Yeah,
By the end of
ain't
this
much.
year, 1,000 subscribers. So if you have not done that yet, go ahead and subscribe to the podcast. We on the YouTube, on the SoundCloud. Go ahead and share the podcast. I know most of y'all doing that now because I think y'all heard was giving away free shirts and shit. I think you know what I mean. So,
Yeah, that dude said he'd be done this week.
yeah. So the ones who we already contacted about their free shirts, you will get those here shortly. If you do want a shirt though, please let us know so we can get that to you. But yeah, go ahead and share, like, subscribe, all the above. But Levi, how you feeling though, bro?
I'm good. I ain't running none this week though,
Man, how you gonna get ready for a marathon and you ain't out here running?
bro.
What?
With the rain and
I ain't
shit.
running either, but I ain't running.
It's rain. It's been raining.
I mean, what?
I'm running today though.
Okay, all right. Like you running after the podcast?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna hold him accountable, y'all, to make sure he gets.
So
that
you
done.
running too?
I never said that.
Oh, okay.
I never said I was getting ready for no
Gotta
marathon.
run today. This is the only day you're gonna get to run.
I know. See, the whole thing
Well,
is.
I mean, no. Levi's thing is he wants to run outside, which I get, but you can always still run inside too
Where? At my house?
on a treadmill.
I don't have an account nowhere.
Buy one.
No, hell no. I don't need that. Y'all gave us a gym. Everybody buying. No, we don't need no gym
Well, your
membership.
gym gonna be closed all
I
next
could-
week. So I'm
You're
just saying.
outside.
With
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
see, that's what I was
Yeah,
getting
I mean-
at. I need to just, which I did it the other day. I ran once, so, but I caught it between, its little window of just not raining, and I got to run in. I mean, hell, it don't take me hours to run, so really I have no excuse. But yeah, true, you're right. How am I supposed to run a marathon this year if I ain't running?
The only reason why I'm holding Levi accountable is because I ain't really ran that much, even though I'm not training for a marathon. But I did say I want to get better at, my endurance. So this is why I say with this podcast, we hold each other accountable, right?
No, you're right.
That's what we're here for. I am getting further in my audiobook influence. I'm not gonna lie, it's not something I'm gonna probably listen to every morning. It's not really one of those books I like that much. But I do like the concepts that he's teaching. I'm still reading the book Thinking Fast and Slow. That's one that's gonna take a minute. But I think that one's gonna be one I'm like, you said you want to get like a bookcase or a bookshelf or whatever, like ever so many books.
Yeah. No,
Right.
one of my things, Bogart, is you see my house, like a dream home, right?
Yeah.
Well, I want a big ass library.
Hmm.
Just, even if I ain't even read them, but I want 10,000 books in my house.
I mean,
I don't know why. You a reader? No.
no, I don't read.
Most people ain't. Yeah.
I listen to audio books.
No, I feel
I
you.
ain't got the patience to sit down and read. So
That's what's
Convenient
good
for
about
audiobook.
2020,
It's
ain't it?
just, for an audiobook, for me, I like them. I do recommend for Bogart. You don't have the patience. It's just, I don't know my attention span, so I hate having to rewind the shit. Or I don't know how to explain that.
What do you mean?
Like as far as if I'm listening to an audiobook, if I'm going down the road or
You
something in
zone
my
out.
car and he says something that's interesting to me, I'm gonna latch on to that for a second. Then maybe 5 minutes go by, I'm just driving down the road, all of a sudden I'm like, okay, where he at now? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, we talked about that.
You know what I'm saying? Whereas if I'm reading a book, I can stop reading, you feel me? maybe look up at the
Just
sky,
read
think a little bit,
yeah.
then get back to reading. But I mean, regardless though, I mean it's just more convenient because
You can also
actually get the book
pause the
done.
audio.
You can. It's
Yeah,
just,
you can.
It's just I don't know, man. It's just,
Well, they say your attention span is average like around 8 seconds. So, I think, I don't know. Me, I mean, I struggle reading I can read. I mean,
My
but I'm
point,
saying like the patience part.
Yeah, I'll read and I'll skip 3 or 4 words and just bounce around.
Do you really?
Yeah.
You ain't even reading.
Exactly.
This is a bucket.
Yeah.
No, my point I wanted to make though, because like you said, you had the bookshelf. I think the book I'm reading now, which a lot of the books I've read recently, I'm probably saying that it's something getting started. So I'm probably, I don't know, being the bias right now. I think it's gonna be one of the books that's gonna stand out to me because you ain't gonna have, like, you gonna have 10,000 books, but there's gonna be a couple of them that's gonna, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have my favorite book.
I'm talking books though. It ain't gonna be my favorite book. But
I'm gonna have my books. You know what I'm saying? Like hell, I might just have them book. Like I don't know. It's like it's like I told him. It's like a sexy thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm not like just having books. Like I don't know. Like it's hard to explain because I've listened to the Rich Dad Poor Dad audio this year already once. But it's like if I would have read that and then put it on the shelf, which I've done that before, but that was like 5 years ago. But what I'm saying is, if I would have read that, put it on the, it's just like, yeah, I did that. And then it's like, I don't know, it's like collecting. I don't know, just something about hoarding books that you've read is just, I don't know, to me. We all got our thing, but it just, if people was to walk in my house and they see fucking 10,000 books, big ass library, they're going to be like, damn, he's on his shit.
Yeah. You got some patience, buddy.
I don't know, I just want some books. I don't know why. I just hoard them. I really do. You got, at my house, I just have books I've not even read for no
some
fucking
people
reason.
want books, some people want golf clubs. I mean, shit. I mean, it's just,
I've been there before too, and it's just like fuck that. I don't know
what it is though. It is what it is. But we can go ahead and get started in some topics here because I know y'all. I mean, you say you guys talk regularly now. It's the first time meeting each other, but y'all.
Yeah, this is our first time meeting. Hell, we would talk damn near every day.
Yeah.
And just back and forth,
Yeah.
putting each other on some shit.
Yeah.
That is,
I mean, I've known Bogart a little bit longer, of course. You know what I'm saying, from the music side of things, and of course, you know, it's Levi, me and him. I mean, you know, how long? I mean, what do you say about what?
13 years maybe.
Yeah, something like that. Something like that. So it's good to come together, good for the podcast. That's another reason why y'all need to get down with the Heavy Crowns podcast. But what's some shit that y'all really be talking about and getting interested in, man? I want to know because y'all send me separate stuff, but you know what I'm saying, I watch some of it, sometimes I don't. So I mean, I kind of want to know what's running through y'all's minds right now. Like,
Well, what do y'all think about what's her name, Gail?
Gail King.
Yeah, Gail King.
Oh,
Gail
yeah.
King.
Yeah.
Well, you know, like what I think about the whole like.
What she brought up about COVID in the interview.
Like, and how she did it.
Yeah.
So for one, I mean, let's keep it real, y'all. I mean, let's just keep it real. I'm gonna be real. I mean, she knew what the hell she was doing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it ain't no 2 days later. Oh, I need to play the sympathy card. Oh, I didn't.
Did she?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She did.
She played the, oh, I'm
And
sorry,
then,
I didn't.
Then Oprah got on there. Oh, she was being
Crying.
attacked. And now, granted, I don't mean death
Fuck
threats
both
and
them
shit is
bitches.
corny to me.
That's what I say.
I mean, the death threats is corny to me, but at the same time, are they really making death threats or you just really trying to, you know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Was she
I mean,
made to
you know
say
what
that,
I'm
you
saying?
think?
You feel me?
I don't know.
Are people really, like, sending the threats? I don't know. Some niggas crazy. Some niggas be wild. I don't know. I'm just saying, though.
Ain't nobody gonna kill Gail.
Exactly.
They couldn't get closer.
Exactly.
No.
That's my point. And then think about it too. She was like, "Oh, well, you didn't see the whole context of the interview. That don't matter because we seen enough. We seen how it was like 5 minutes worth of interview. Or 12
You could
minutes
tell
worth.
how she asked.
Yeah,
You
but I
know?
mean, it's like, why would you bring that up
Exactly.
when he wasn't even, convicted of the crime? It was thrown out.
And it was what, 15 years? No, more than that.
Yeah.
Hold on. It was in 2003, right?
It might have been a little earlier.
It don't
than
even
that.
like. It don't even. It's,
I remember when it
to
happened.
me, like the fact that we don't even remember how long ago it was. That's how relevant that it is to bring it up now.
And honestly,
Especially when the homie is rest in peace.
he ain't even in the ground yet.
You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, y'all. Regardless of how you feel about whatever, like, come on.
Oh,
man.
he ain't in the ground?
No.
They ain't have the damn barrel.
No.
Nope.
Come on, it's Kobe Bryant. They gonna make that.
Why?
It's gonna be a whole
They
parade down
supposed
there.
to,
No,
I think
why?
like the 22nd, they supposed to bring his body to the LA Staples Center. And they're going to do something there. I don't know. Maybe they
Look,
taking his body on a tour.
How do you still have a body?
I mean, but they did the same.
But how do you still have a body? You was 2,000 feet up in the air And you seen the helicopter?
Yeah, that's
How
true.
the fuck's your dude? I have a friend. You know Zach Amons. Okay, I remember watching the snaps. This night I was watching the snaps. It was raining and shit. He was having a good time just singing in the car and shit. And then that's when he wrecked. He wrecked on the interstate and he had a closed casket because his ass disintegrated. Like I'm not trying to I'm trying to bring light. Like you know what I'm saying? Like it is what it is. Like he disintegrated. Like he was nothing. They just knew that it was him in the car, him and his buddy from the military. And so how the fuck does Kobe? How's it? And then dude, I'm still tripping on that. They saying he was holding his daughter still. Get the fuck out of here.
Wait, I mean, is it gonna be open casket though? I mean, is that the thing?
No.
That's the thing though, because I mean, they can just haul a casket around and say Kobe in this.
But it's saying like his body, like they.
At this point in time, there's no way they could have an open casket. He'll be too bloated.
That's what I'm saying. So they can make it a thing.
Dude, could you imagine?
They can make it a thing to where they profit off the motherfucker easily.
They profiting now. He's gonna be on the cover of 2K, ain't he?
I haven't seen that yet.
I seen him and his daughter.
Probably some concept. I mean,
well, he's gonna be the logo. You know that's gonna eventually fly because I've looked into it last night. Jerry West, he's been tired of being the logo or something like that. Because I was trying to figure out why the fuck is he the logo.
I mean,
as I was
far as
playing,
changing the logo, I mean, if Kobe was a logo, I mean, I'd be alright with that. But if they don't change it, I wouldn't mind. I mean,
we ain't carried cent. I just was thinking because I was sitting there playing 2K with my son. And I don't play games like that much, but I was just figured because I got the Lakers all-time team or something, or like the.
So hold on, would y'all even say what y'all thought about the whole Gail King?
Oh no! Well, I think it's fucked up. I think that's why I was asking. Do you think she was forced to say that?
Nah, I don't think she.
You think she just like that?
It's not that I don't. I mean, go ahead.
I think she just did it. If you look at her and Oprah track record,
you
know what I'm saying. That's the type of stuff they do.
What's the word? The new word, cloud or something?
Yeah.
Cloud. You think that's what she's trying to do?
Yeah. That's what they've been doing lately. They hopping on anything that could possibly be hot, whether it's truth or not. That's why they went after Michael Jackson. That's why they.
But it's like, couldn't she have said something else that, like, you know how she said it and what she said, like.
She knew what she was doing. There was no need to say it.
So you're saying she knew that was going to bring up some...
Well, not that, like...
She tried to get Lisa Leslie to talk about it, basically.
She didn't know.
No. And even though she didn't...
You could tell that bitch was like...
But I feel like even though she didn't get her to talk about it, I think she still accomplished what she was out to.
Because we talking about it.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Well, not the fact that this we talking about it, it's the fact that now it's a thing to whereas... it might bring up some... I don't know how to say it. Some people like, okay, well, maybe what about these allegations? We never know. You feel me? And so now, even though we ain't talking about them, we don't give a fuck, but now it kind of does, you know what I'm saying? Now for the rest of this whole... Till he gets put in the ground, now it's going to be a thing, a stain on his whole... I mean, not his whole legacy, but for the end.
Well, that's what they try to do. They try to stain and tarnish everyone's legacy.
That's what they did.
Because think about it. If it was a thing, then you should have been talking about it well before the homie passed. Now all of a sudden the homie passed.
That's what
now you want to bring in a figure from LA, a black woman who has a relationship with Kobe, who's she's a legend.
Yeah.
All right. You want to ask her that question? Fuck out of here. I mean, Lisa Leslie did her thing. I could tell she was kind of like, oh, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, she answered it like, yeah, she was smooth.
You know what I'm saying? I'm one of them niggas going to say, like, Gail, like, what's it matter? You
like Lil Wayne,
like,
I watched him in an interview
like,
today. He was like,
that's why I wish she would ask.
He's funnier than hell.
That's why I'm saying Gail knew what she was doing because you ain't going to ask ask Dwayne Wade that question.
And they've been trying to push that ever since he died because I was watching one of them shows on ESPN and Ice Cube and somebody was on there.
Oh, you was talking about Skips and Shannon's? I think he was on there.
No, it was a different show.
Okay.
But they was talking about Kobe and his legacy and the things that he did and this and that. And right before she, right after she said she was ending the interview with Ice Cube, the last thing she said was that he had a rape charge or whatever, and we got to bring it up because they
ended it off like that.
And then it went off. Yep, just like that.
Why are they doing that?
They know what they're doing, man.
But he's dead.
But a lot of people, a lot of kids today don't even know about that.
Yeah, my son don't even know.
That's what that's kind of what I think you were going to say. That's kind of what I was getting at, but I ain't.
So you think that's what it is?
Not because you think of little kids and Kobe, like think of your son.
Yeah, he went to shoot and he said,
but think about
Curry meaning to say Kobe the other day because think about some kids that a little bit older than Landon right now.
They still don't know about the allegations, but now that it's kind of brought up, they're gonna see it
yeah.
somewhere. So now it's kind of like now that's
You got to think kids that were born, let's say, in between 2000 and 2005, wouldn't know anything about that. They were
Or
babies.
after.
And
let's clarify too. He wasn't guilty, correct?
No,
No, he
So
was
that's the
charged,
thing,
but he
too.
wasn't
So
convicted.
that's the thing too. Like even if he was guilty, you might have a little ounce of, you know what I'm saying, like, okay, let's bring it up. I mean, it wouldn't even. Like, come on,
If
y'all,
I'm not
like,
mistaken,
fuck outta
I'm
here.
pretty sure he said it was him or somebody with the same type of charge. But anyways, I'm pretty sure he did say, we had sexual relations. Like, yeah, I cheated on my wife. It is what it is, but I didn't rape this girl.
Yeah, and she didn't show up in court. That's why I got thrown out.
And she didn't?
Okay.
No.
I mean, yeah, she was wanting money or something. She was probably hating because she thought, I got Kobe Bryant. You know what I'm saying? When really, y'all, he was just wanting, a little booty call.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's mad because
He
she's
was
mad.
young.
Yeah, I mean, come on now. We ain't nobody perfect, you know?
And, too, it kind of, bringing it up, too, kind of fits the agenda of all the other allegations that's come up in the past decade. You feel me?
Well, that's like this one show. I watched it all the way through just to see, but it's that ranch show on Netflix and with Ashton Kutcher.
Let me clarify for the podcast. I don't condone, you know what I'm saying?
Raping people?
Yeah, I don't condone that. We ain't doing that. It's just the fact that the man was not found guilty, and now all of a sudden it's a thing that is passed and it happened so long ago, and it's just all these stories come out of how these athletes doing this, and half the cases ain't, you know what I'm saying, true. But, the crying wolf, and it's kind of like, you can put that in a whole lot of other categories as well. I'm just shedding light on this one.
And then, to get past that a little bit, you see where Snoop commented and said stuff to Gail.
Oh, dude, Snoop was pissed, wasn't he?
Yeah.
What he?
But did you see
Nappy headed.
Nah, he ain't call it nappy headed.
No, I'm pretty sure he said nappy, did he?
He called it nappy headed.
Did you see though where the lady from the FBI came out and
Was it
told
the FBI?
Yeah, and told
I knew it was
Snoop,
something.
Like that was a threat or something?
Yeah, she told him that he need to back off or it's not going to end well for him. Basically, he will lose against her army.
I didn't see that.
Mm-hmm.
So she wanted to. Is Gail that powerful?
That's what I'm saying.
Bro, like, think about that. She's friends with Oprah.
Yeah, but
Regardless of how you feel about Oprah got some power. She, even though
I
she may
know
not
she
have,
does.
she may not have like, I don't
Oh,
know.
when
How do you consider?
if
It
it's
depends on how you consider
that
that.
Hollywood,
but she got,
Hollywood media power. As a face of it, I'm not saying she's up there pulling
that's
strings.
what I mean. Yeah, that's what
Like she ain't got that type of power, but she's got more than like all the other puppets because she owns her own fucking network, her own
See, that was
TV
something
channel.
I asked Bogart about too.
her own channel.
Yeah.
It says own, and if you turn that backwards, it's New World Order. Not Oprah Winfrey Network. It's New World Order backwards.
I didn't even think about that.
That's trippy, ain't it?
Yeah.
Motherfuckers. That's crazy. That's what I was this motherfucking God.
I was about to say something pertaining to that, but
To Oprah about her show, her network. You was gonna ask.
no, because I was asking Bogart about not about the New World Order backwards.
No, yeah.
But,
The network, right?
yeah, about the network. You say you got Tyler Perry, but he's got these big studio now and all this stuff, and it's kind of like
He got big off of being a woman, dressed as a woman.
it's a concept too. You talk about all the other, big time African American comics that's had to dress as a woman. You know what I'm saying? To kind of, you feel me?
Would y'all do it though?
Fuck no.
You wouldn't?
No.
I would.
Don't get me wrong, bro.
I'm not
It's
saying
like,
that's not me selling out though. That's what I'm getting at is,
Teach his own, brother.
I feel what you're saying. Like it's.
Cat Williams didn't do it.
No, I know that.
Where's his career go? Now, has Kevin Hart done it yet?
Yeah. And
Yeah,
yeah, I watched the thing about Cat
I'm
Williams.
sure.
Cat Williams called his ass out. Cat Williams called Kevin out like about 5 years ago, and then it showed the interview of Kevin Hart, and Kevin Hart's like, dude asked Kevin about wearing a dress and shit, and he was like, well, I have moral, like I have like that's not me, blah, 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 blah. And then the dude that made the YouTube video showed another skit, I think it was on SNL or something like that, and here's Kevin wearing a fucking dress. You know what I'm saying? Somebody said that, I watched another video, which, you get down that rabbit hole on YouTube.
Yeah.
And fuck y'all up. That wreck that Kevin was in, because he got in that wreck, right?
Yeah.
And then he gets out the fucking car. You seen how bad the car was? He walked half a mile or so to his house.
With spinal fluid leaking out of his back.
So, and what the dude was saying in that video was like, because that MK or the MKUltra shit, you know how you're more like a robot type of thing now? That he was at the time was trying to get out, and then what if that wreck, they killed him in that wreck, and then they hurried and switched him out at the scene because his wife or woman called from their house. And the wreck was
spooky.
Dude, you not seen that one about Eminem with the college football? He's on live TV, and it's college football. It's Kurt Streak and another, it's an old guy. But everybody, anyways, he's in the middle of them, and they're talking, and Eminem's just like,
oh, yeah, I seen that.
and then he's like, oh, my bad. And then you see that one of, what's that black dude's name on the Today Show? Get the glasses. He's older. Black dude, everybody knows the Today Show comes on in the morning.
I honestly don't watch it.
I don't watch it.
I mean, but you would know. I don't either, but
you talking about Al Roker?
Ow! See, everybody knows. I mean, it's the Today. I mean, yeah, he fucking. It's like they were in the. Anyways, they're on TV, and it's like he said somebody. It was three of them, and one of them said Christ, and it was like that was a trigger word for that for Al, and Al just went. Like he went from just being cool, and then it's like they said Christ, and he just went straight at the camera, like he was talking to them, and they said Christ. He goes. And just froze for 30 seconds.
Oh, what did you see?
Scooby Doo when you need him, nigga.
Dude, MKO, you believe in that?
I don't know, man.
I mean, we're not that smart, are we?
Yeah. But you see the one with Jalen Rose?
Jalen Rose?
I ain't seen none of them.
Yeah.
Like that. Damn, I ain't.
No, they got Jalen.
Yeah, he's
No, not the homie Jalen.
He had a basketball game. He just sitting there up against the chairs like this. He just stuck. He looked like a mannequin standing there. He don't move at all.
For how long? For a minute?
For a while.
Like you say, wow, like you mean longer than 2 minutes.
I think when the video go off, he's still standing in the same spot.
Like, is it real time?
Yeah.
But so you think they're MKUltra? Like they're actually something else, or like robotic, and they're just having glitches? Because you seen that thing about Hillary, where that bitch is just fucked up in general. But she got asked a question, and she went. Like had like a seizure. You ever seen that?
No.
Dude, all these reporters, and they laughed at it like because it kind of looked like she got asked a question, but she was just like taken back by. But I think the bitch was glitching or she had a seizure. One, because they don't show you when she's standing there on stage. There's been times where she's at the podium and she's got this bodyguard. He's a big black dude, and he'll come and hold her and help her walk and shit because she's got brain damage. Hillary's fucked up, but she was like she started fucking glitching or something. I don't know. I don't know. I'd just be tripping. And then how the lizard people talking. We're on this dress. We're on a little bit of everything. But Bogart, you talk about this
Y'all can
dress.
see we going into some deep right now, y'all.
I like it, dude. I'll be fucking. But you and your brother was talking about.
Yeah, how they trying to feminize the black male.
There you go. I got it. What's the name?
And we got on the discussion about the actor Billy Porter.
Mm-hmm.
How every time you see him at these award shows, you know, they make him the focal point because he has on a, like a tuxedo thing with a dress. You know what I'm talking about? You seen that?
Yeah, I seen that actually.
Yeah, and they try to make that the focal point. And we was talking about how they pushing a lot of feminine stuff on TV, period, now.
Yeah, that was the point I was going to bring up, because I think it's a lot of that is, it's the black...
You good.
It's the black actor, too. But I think that's just the agenda that's getting pushed over the whole landscape.
I mean, you think it's in
Yeah.
No, it is.
It definitely is.
I was gonna say, is it? And you think it's part of the like in the white culture too? Because you do see all these comedians that are having to get forced to do that and shit like that. But it's like, who was the most famous person about 3 years ago? It was Caitlyn Jenner.
Oh yeah. It's purposely done.
And look.
And then that could go into a lot of different things. It could be part of population control.
You think so?
It could be part of population.
What do you mean,
control.
like saying, hey?
If you got a lot of gay males, you're not gonna have children.
Or gay women.
Or you
Well,
know,
you can still
I think
have children.
yeah. I think that it's being pushed more on the black male though, for the simple fact is that the world will be less brown, or America will be less brown.
I don't see that happening because we're all mutts over here.
Oh yeah,
Like
but
that's what we are. We're just a big pot, like a soup.
Now you ever heard of the?
That's what we are.
You ever hear what they say about 2042?
Wait, the year 2042.
Mm-hmm.
See, these are the 2 years I be tripping on: 2030 and 2050.
Okay. Well, by 2042, they say for the first time in American history, it's going to be 50% white and 50% non-white, meaning black,
Yeah,
Mexican,
whatever.
Chinese, whatever, for the first time. So when that point comes, that America will shift.
Hold on, let me clarify for some people. So when you say white and non-white, when you say white, what clarifies as white? Because there's a lot of
Me?
stuff that I believe that they would not clarify as being white
Oh.
that people think would be white. You know
What do you
I'm
mean?
saying?
Well, there's a lot of things in the past that they didn't claim as white that they claim as white today.
Okay.
Because if you didn't know, I don't know if you know about the Irish.
That's what I'm saying. So like if y'all be doing the ancestry and all
Italians.
that kind of stuff, and y'all be like, I'm 35% Mongolian.
Oh, they
or
didn't
something, you know what I
consider
mean?
them white?
No, they who are the Italians or the
Both.
Irish? Both. No, they didn't consider.
Well, I know
them
the Irish was like they were, you know, made to be slaves at one time because I mean it was easy to kind of conquer them at once, but they just couldn't handle the sun.
Basically,
They just couldn't handle it.
they call the Irish the niggers of Europe.
Yeah,
That's what they call the Irish.
that's crazy. I didn't know that's crazy.
If you know like a real Italian, most Italians are darker skinned.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You can definitely tell.
But once they saw, like when the slaves were freed or whatever,
Hmm.
once they saw like the Italian, the Irish, and all these people coming together, seeing that they were having the same struggles, that's when they allowed the Italians and the Irish to say that they were white.
Mm.
So it separated them from the black people.
Yeah.
You know. But we can go on for days about that.
No, yeah, that's hell. Fuck. We got time. I got time. But no, that's
So as far as like the year 2042 though, like I mean, I know that's the first
Yeah.
time that's gonna happen. Is there like an event or I mean?
No. They're just saying
just
that's
saying
going
it's
to
gonna
be the first
50-50.
time. Yeah, it's going to be 50-50. So all of these places of power, a lot of them places going to have to let some of these people of color in.
What if it's already 50-50 now? Because how do you keep up with... They're saying there's like 360, 350 to 400 million people in this country, but... I mean, come on. Think about how many people's here that's illegal.
Oh yeah.
So how do they keep count of that?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know how they keep count of how many people live in the city.
I was
Some
looking at
people,
the population last night
I
of
don't know, but I
these
think we'd be
counties.
surprised on the shit. I mean,
They say there's only 8,000 and some change, or 9,000 and some change just here in Jeff City.
like they
But there's
probably
57,000
know, I
in the
don't know.
county.
Yeah, I mean, they say like in Knoxville, I think it's like close to 200,000.
Yeah, it's like 187
But the,
in Knoxville
The
itself.
whole of the county is
It's like-
closer to 500,000.
Yeah. So how...
Knoxville is basically like a metropolitan
Yeah.
city now. But I wouldn't know how they did because there's some people who come to these places who never go get an ID or a license. Or
Yeah, who's
whatever.
under the radar.
Yeah. So I don't understand how they know.
That is crazy. I know they say, but I know the year 2030 they're going to, like how everybody's in their phone, and then they got the damn. Basically, they're gonna start, I guess, meshing the damn AI and humans together. Like with, I don't know how they're gonna do it, but that's supposed to be a big year.
You always brought up like the chips and shit like that, and then we brought it up.
I don't know if that's already happening, but I don't think that's gonna be.
And that's my apologies, y'all, for the ones who's been rocking with us for a while. Cause I know we brought it up a while back, because Elon Musk was getting into it about putting a chip inside of the brain or some shit like that, and making it to where is I don't know. I've got to reach back into it because it's funny I ain't seen nothing about it since, but putting the chip inside the brain to where you are more connected with AI. I remember we brought it up a long time ago in the podcast when I told y'all I was going to keep looking it up, and I never did. But it's funny because I ain't seen nothing else about it. And what brought my attention to it is because I seen it on a podcast where somebody like Michael Shee was talking about it, and then I looked it up and it was a thing, and so I think that's probably happening right now.
Well, I watched the thing. Y'all know who Tony Robbins is? The health coach, like not the health, but self-development coach.
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
Well, anyways, he had a meeting. He's a guru, like he's that, and been in the self-development shit. He's 61. He's been in it since he's 17. He's helped Obama. He's helped Michael Jordan. Like he's helped these guys. But he sat down with the first robot who had AI, which she could talk and shit.
Mhm.
And she wasn't. I mean, it was amazing, like what she could do. But he asked a question or two, and she didn't understand what he was saying. Like he had to reword it because she wasn't. But she basically said that we need humans, like they need humans because we can do a lot of shit that they can't do.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't know. I feel like it's whatever you look at. Like you think they're going to take over, then they will. If you think you can join them and live together,
I don't
then
think
you
they're
can.
going to take over. I feel like, but I do want to say this as far as like the experimenters and scientists. I do feel like if you keep playing with fire, you will get burned. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So y'all can keep playing around with that and feel like, oh, it ain't never gonna take over. I mean, just saying, keep playing with fire, you eventually gonna get burned.
They say, yeah, AI, like what we can do as a human race in 100 years, it can do in like a week, a month. Like just they can learn that fast. And
Nah, but think about it.
but you gotta put it. That's what computer is. The
processes.
computer is an AI. So I mean,
we could probably do that shit, but we can't.
But our brain is still more powerful than the actual than the computer.
I think it is. We create the shit, so you gotta think.
I mean, it is, but we just don't know. You know why we don't know how to use it? Because we've always been told that you can only access 10%, 20%, 10%, 20%. That's all you can access. That's all. I think that's bullshit.
You've been told that, but also too.
That's to help you start. It's in your subconscious now. Now that's your belief.
That's
your
all a
belief
computer
system.
has. My point is that's all a computer has to do though. Like us, we could probably do that, and we've been told that too. But that's all a computer has to do is do the process that it's designed to do. You feel me?
Yeah, it's programmed.
So that's one reason why it's so fast.
We're
too.
programmed.
And I feel like we're programmed to go to work.
Yeah.
Fucking work hand in
To
foot.
believe that money is hard to get when there's fucking printing it right now. Money ain't scarce. There's fucking trillions and trillions and like, dude, like you can't even. It's insane how much money, and they're saying it's hard to, like, everybody's thinking money's hard to get. Money ain't fucking hard to get. Hell, we're in 2020. You can literally get money doing crazy shit. My brother-in-law is getting money from the post office I mean, it's not like you ain't getting rich off of it, but still, like, he sells shit on eBay. Well, he ain't got no boxes, so he charges a little more for the post office boxes, and then it's just weird. Like, he's sending traffic to that post office, the local post office right there, and they're paying him for more traffic type of thing. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's weird. I mean, it's just something petty. I mean, damn, it's just weird. I mean, we got the world in our hand. It just, they don't want you to, like that DMT shit. It's illegal in the whole world because they don't want people to be, and shrooms and shit like that. They don't want people to be self-thinkers. Like, they don't want people to be open and to be open to new things and new beliefs and ideas, because if that was the case, then they wouldn't have no control. But yet they're fucking every day advertising alcohol and shit like that.
Oh, yeah.
And that's poison.
Yeah.
Dude, I've done shrooms, bro, and the next day, like during it, I'm laughing. It's nothing's ever like, oh my god, I'm freaking out. It's just like, because you have stages. Like, we could sit here on shrooms right now, and because you can watch Theo Vaughn and Joey Diaz, their podcast, and I guess Joey Diaz is a drug addict, not a drug addict, but he likes getting fucked up. But Theo and him did a podcast on shrooms, and you can see the waves. It's waves. Like, you're cool, and then all of a sudden you just go into it. Like, you might be in it, and your wave is like tripping, and I'm cool. But I can tell, because you'll start laughing. You'll tell me, like, you'll be open, like, I'm fucking tripping, bro. You just start laughing, and you just get the giggles. And yeah, Theo, he got fucked up and went and did 25-minute stand-up after the podcast, and I watched it on YouTube. And he was just, I don't know. Shrooms ain't bad, because that next day I'm so happy. Like, I'm in tune with just love. Like, it just makes you think. Like, I was sitting, like, I seen these damn old dead trees, they're falling down in my backyard, and I was talking about cutting them down and you know, burning them and shit like that because they're already dead. Well, I'm sitting there, just ate some shrooms with my buddy Alex and Denzel, and I had started a bonfire, or like a little fire, not a bonfire, and I'm sitting there, and it's about to be daybreak, you know, it's about to get nighttime, and I just looked at them, and somehow these trees were still bloomed flowers. I mean, that's just real. I wasn't tripping at this point.
Mm-hmm.
But then I started tripping. Like, not tripping. People say tripping, but it's like you just go into another angle at life is all it is.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, you smoke bud, you got another angle. Like, at life, like, damn, well, I was tripping when I shouldn't have been tripping. That's how shrooms is. Like, and I looked at them and I was like, I just remembered that Addams Family. I don't know, the trees made me think of the Addams Family, like, just dead but yet beautiful at the same time. So, hell, they're still there. I just remember not wanting to cut them. But I did look at my phone, and I was like, holy fuck. I don't know, I just think we should, I mean, I'm doing it. I asked my buddy the other day, or just last night, if he can get some, and like, it's been about 2 years, a year or two. I feel like once a year, I think that's good for somebody. I really do. I know y'all ain't done, but I think it's really good. That's why.
I see Levi over here trying to peer pressure or something.
No. I could care less. I could care less. I already know what it does for me. I mean, they taste nasty. They taste nasty. They look disgusting.
Stay in school, kids.
And but damn, Joey, he big, man. You know, Joe, he's a big dude.
Yeah.
Hell, he just ate just a stem, and they were cool. Me, I ate 3. I ate the whole 8, and hell, I mean, I don't know, it lasts about 3-4 hours. For me it did, and it just waves. Every 15-20 minutes you'll have waves, and it's just the best thing. That's why I want to try DMT. You got me on the damn DMT. I mean, I was already on it, but you brought it back up.
Yeah, I watched it on a few podcasts, and
people talking about it.
Yeah, I watched a few of them on Joe Rogan.
Yeah, he's a big guy on it.
Yeah, and I listened to Terrence McKenna.
Yeah, he's
Yeah, he did everything.
Yeah.
But I listened to some of the stories. You know, I think I brought it up to you a few years ago.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
But I listened to some of the stories and they're interesting. You know.
What, as far as like the experiences?
Yeah.
But there's only 4 type of experiences everybody has. So it's like they starting to think that experience you have is just like the afterlife or something. I don't know. I know it's in plants and you can make it yourself. It's a certain plant.
It's in everything.
Yeah, it's in everything.
You talking about DMTs and everything?
Yeah, dimethyltryptamine. But it's in everything. That's how can it be? We holding right now.
Yeah.
Say that one more time.
What?
DMT.
DMT. Dimethyltryptamine.
What?
Tryptamine.
Tryptamine.
Yeah, and I mean we're holding right now, so I don't know how it's illegal. It's like you produce it in your deepest heavy REM sleep and like near-death experience, like when your life flashes before your eyes type of thing. I don't know. They say you can smoke it, you can inject it, you can drink it, and so I just want to smoke it. I just looked. That's what I was doing last night.
No, you can't drink it.
It's like a
you talking about like the ayahuasca?
Ayahuasca, that's what it is. Yeah, you can drink it. I don't know about
because
they say it's nasty.
Because if we if we can just get some and drink it, I mean we be tripping every time we ate something. It's something in it's something in our stomach that blocks it when we eat. You know, that's why.
What's in plants and shit?
Yeah.
It ain't like in like a batch of brownies or nothing like that.
No. But that's why people choose to smoke it because it's going straight to you.
And it only lasts like 5 to 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Could you imagine? But it feels like a lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
I want to do it so bad. I just want somebody to be there though, but don't be fucking with me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I mean, it's weird. It's like they say trills, like you hit the bowl and you're like, okay. And then you hit the bowl one more time and it's like you start feeling it and you can start seeing like just. Like it's another dimension, like how this is the 3rd dimension. You got 1, 2, 3 walls. Everybody does. You can't see the 4th wall, so it's because it's 3-dimensional. But it's like you start seeing, and then you hit that bowl the 3rd time, and it's like your eyes get heavy, and you just out. You just another world. So, but I'm gonna try to make it. I know you can. I watched dude. he got the plant, some bark and shit from like the certain plants, and then he
Hey,
just
man, you better watch what you say on this podcast.
he put it he put it in
I'm knocking on my door fucking 3:45 in the morning.
yeah.
damn.
What you cooking in there, dog?
I mean, I just know you can do it on the crock pot and shit like
Yeah.
that and shit, and extract it from the plants. So, and then it turn. I don't give a fuck. Fuck them. I don't think nobody gonna turn me in or nothing like that. Hell,
Like, y'all heard Levi say that? Sure didn't say that. Y'all heard
Oh,
Levi
man.
say
they
that.
got more problems. You know what I'm
Man.
saying than to come after
You
some
surprised.
guys.
I watched a episode on Vice where this guy was ordering the stuff to make ayahuasca,
Mm-hmm.
and he was just ordering like pieces of it at a time.
Mm-hmm.
The feds or whatever caught on to it coming, through the customs or whatever, and started watching him. He didn't know nothing about, it being illegal or nothing. And they caught up with him. He had put all the stuff in his car and he was going somewhere to make it. And as soon as he pulled out the yard, the feds got him in, blocked him in.
Some
pulled
small
guns
guy,
out,
just
pulled him
some.
down. Yeah, just a little young guy. He was gonna try to make it and drink some. He didn't know it was illegal yet. But they was gonna give him life in prison.
That's crazier than hell. That's man.
It was something like where they don't have a scale or whatever for drugs like that. How they have for like marijuana, cocaine, and stuff like that. They got certain charges you get for that. For stuff like that, they don't have none, so they have to make it equivalent to one of the drugs that we do have. So like they was charging him basically for what he had was like worth like 30 pounds of marijuana or some shit like that. Yeah, and they was trying to put him away.
And they didn't know. So that's a law right there. You could be like, well, this ain't scalable. So how?
That's what they do. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They make it, on one of those scales.
You get what I'm saying? Like, how can you charge me with something and it's not even scalable? Like the fucking. This is kind of the same thing, but it's not like we don't have to have a license. Supposedly, the driver license, all that is a privilege. You don't need. Why do you need the privilege to drive when you have the right, like, to travel?
Well, you can do that with anything, though.
The speed limit sign. The speed limit sign is supposedly for
Like you feel me,
commercial
though, like-
vehicles. My car ain't a commercial vehicle. This is private property. You have the right to travel with private property. That's what my car is, private property. Why do I have to go register it and shit to with the government and shit when like this is like it's just a thing with money.
Yeah.
Like I don't know the law good enough to fucking sit here and fight it right now.
Yeah.
But there is people that do. What they call themselves? You ain't never seen them people get pulled over on YouTube and shit like that, and they just sit there and argue with the cops, and the cops kind of like, oh fuck, we can't really. They know the rights.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a particular group or is that just some niggas?
No,
who
yeah,
know
they
their
call
shit?
there something. They're like the Moors were big on it, but they call something. It's something. It's something. Look it up later on. Just type in dude gets away from cop. Just type in something. Dude gets out of jail
That's
time
why
or
you type
getting
that
pulled
in,
over.
you just gonna find a nigga that's talking
You'll
shit.
find it though. You'll find it. Yeah, dude. I'll tell you one. Dude didn't have his license and they couldn't give him. They didn't give him a ticket. They didn't do nothing because it took an hour or long. Like they sat there and argued with him the whole fucking time. You know what I'm saying? Because they think they're above the law. I believe 98%, 95, 98% of cops shouldn't be cops. Like,
Oh yeah.
like I think it's too easy to become a cop. It's way too easy. Like all you gotta do is just go do this little boot camp type of thing, run a mile, make sure you ain't retarded type shit. But who's to say that I ain't crazy as fuck? That I'm just becoming a cop just to go on a killing spree and get paid for it? Who's to say that? Hell, my wife could leave me, and I'm ready to try. I'm waiting for somebody to try me, or girlfriend left me, or whatever the case may be, and just be stressed out and just react.
It's funny you say that about the cops because I was watching something the other day with this guy named Daryl Davis.
So you said he talked to 200 KKK men.
Converted them out of the
he
KKK.
talked to a lot of them, but he converted 200 out. I mean, like the
brought them out of that.
yeah.
That's
I mean
good.
some, but what I was saying is that one of the ones that he converted was a Baltimore police officer, and this was recent.
Oh shit.
This was recently. And if you think back, he said that Baltimore Police Department basically was one of the most corrupt police departments in America. And he said that they would allow the KKK people that's in there to do what they want to outside of their job, just don't bring it to work. But this particular cop was doing a lot of crazy stuff. He was killing people, getting away with it.
On the low and shit, getting it covered up.
I mean, he on the job.
Oh, okay.
And then it came out, that he was part of the KKK. But instead of them, firing him and stuff like that, they told him that he had the choice to leave himself. So he left himself, but later on, this guy, Daryl Davis, though, he sat down with him and talked to him. But before I finish that, thinking about how corrupt he said Baltimore Police Department was and all the KKK members inside of it. Now you think about Freddie Gray.
Mm-hmm.
You remember that?
Mm-mm. No, the dude that got killed by the cop?
In Baltimore.
Yeah.
Yeah. The cops got off on it. So I mean, so when he started speaking,
that's like a lot of them though.
Yeah. So when he brought that up, I said, oh, I see what happened there. But he talked to this guy, and this guy told him all the stuff that he had did, and it was something he was saying like, he said that this guy told him, that black people have this gene in them that makes them evil. This is what he said. This guy said to him. He said, "Really?" He said, well, "Where'd you get this from?" He said, "Yeah, scientists say it and everything." He was like, "Think about it. Who is all getting killed on the southeast?" He was talking about Southeast DC.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, "Think of who's getting killed in Southeast DC," and he said, "Well, black people." And he was like, "See, I told you." And he was like, "Well, who lives in Southeast DC?" And then the guy was like, "Black people." And he said, "Okay, well, who's doing all the killing in Bangor, Maine?"
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no shit.
There's none but white people there, so that's who's dying. Who's doing the killing. So the guy said, he told him, he was like, "Well, I'm black, and I've never been to jail. I've never done a drive-by. I've never did nothing." And he said that the dude looked at him and said, "That's because your gene is dormant. It hasn't came out yet."
Oh, hell.
And he said he was like, dude didn't wait a second. He was just like, "That's because your gene is dormant."
Like he had to answer.
Yeah. And he said that he sat there in shock.
You a late bloomer.
You just ain't caught it yet.
Yeah, but check this out. He was like, he just sat there in shock, and he said dude was sitting in the chair beside him just laughing like, "Yeah, I got him. He ain't got nothing to say." So he said they rode around for a little bit, and then he said, "You know what he said he looked at the KKK dude. He's like, "You know what they say, right?" And the dude was like, "What?" He's like, "They say all white people got a serial killer gene in them."
Shit.
And dude said, the KKK dude was like, "Well, where'd you get that from?" He said, "Name me one black serial killer." And then he said, dude sat there. He said he couldn't think of nothing. So he said he gave him one. He said, "Okay, I gave you one." He said, "Now you tell me one." And the dude couldn't tell him another black serial killer. So then he went off naming Jeffrey Dahmer, Ted Bundy, this one and that one. And he said, dude just said, and changed the subject. Start talking about something else. But that conversation alone, 2 weeks later, this guy, KKK guy, called him back and told him that he was leaving the KKK. And he said, "Well, why?" And he said basically off of that one conversation, it made him rethink his whole thought process. So he said, he asked him, "Well, what you doing with it?" And he said, "No, don't trash it.
Yeah.
Give it to me."
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, "Well, what are you gonna do with it?" He's like, he didn't know at the time what he was gonna do with it.
So they listening to
Yeah.
it, y'all. Y'all heard that? Y'all heard that?
Siri.
Yeah, go ahead, y'all. Happy
Dude, that's
nigga.
crazy.
But What was I at? That's just
That he
me
got
Right.
the KKK.
Yeah. Oh, he went to the guy's house.
He didn't know what he was gonna do with it.
Yeah, he didn't know what he was gonna do with it at the time. He went to the guy's house. The guy's wife was there. She was part of the KKK too. But the dude took him back to like his room, the table or whatever they call it, where they all used to have their meetings at. So he's seeing all this stuff. And the guy was telling him about everything. He gave him his KKK suit. He also gave him his police uniform and took a picture with him. And later on, he decided what he was going to do with it was open up a museum. Because he was like, whether some people want to talk about it or see it or not, he said it's just as much as American history as apple pie.
Yeah.
You know, he said KKK history is American history. It's kind of like the same way people want to say, you know, forget about slavery. It was so long ago. It's part of American history, so it should be kept and talked about, so we never forget and it never happens again. You know, so that's what he was doing with it. But this guy, he met with like, what's the head guy, like Grand Wizard.
Oh, the KKK?
Yeah, like
I have no idea.
I forgot what you
How you
called
gonna ask me? Like, I don't know.
I'm just asking in general.
You talk to him today, nigga? How you doing, dog?
I ain't went yet. I ain't went.
Oh, all right.
But he went to rallies
Yeah.
and sat there.
They say they still have some in, I think Kingsport.
I wouldn't be surprised. They probably have some right here.
My grandma told me this.
Mm-hmm.
And, that's crazy. Which my grandma, at the time she's in her 70s, she used to have to sneak into the woods because her best friend was a little black girl. And she lived, how the town was, white people was on this side, black people was on this side, and they used to meet in the woods and play. I thought that was, when my grandma told me that, I was like, man, you real. Like, you know, that's...
Yeah, I mean, you know, there's a lot of stuff.
So you still
like
think it's still going on then?
Oh, yeah. Well, when my brothers was young, you know, my brother told me this recently, in Virginia, him and my other brother, and then they had a white friend at the time, a white guy, and they was on their bikes and they went down to this creek that was behind some houses, and when they got to the top of the hill, they looked down. He said there was like 4 or 5 KKK members standing down there, fully robed and everything, and he said they looked up and saw him, and all of them took off running with their, you know, left their bikes there and they just took off running. Well, the next day they went back to get their bikes and there was an arrow stuck in the tree. They had shot an arrow at them.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And my brother, he just told me this probably 2-3 weeks ago.
I wouldn't have went back.
Well, he was a kid. You know.
I know, but still, I don't know if
He didn't even know what he was looking at. Like, he told me, he said, man, he said, when I seen him, I didn't know.
Oh, he was like, they're dressed up.
He said, I don't even know if they were real. He was like, I don't know if I was looking at ghosts. She listening, man.
Fuck you, Siri.
I like it.
I
like it. I like it. I'm on your fucking heels, nigga. I'm on your heels.
But he was like, he didn't even know that it was real. But he said when he went back the next day and he saw that arrow in the tree, he knew that it was real. So yeah, they still doing. I mean, they had a KKK rally in my hometown probably 3 years ago.
Shit.
Yeah. They still around.
That's. But my thing is, with the shootings, you don't think they're doing this? They're showing us certain ones to divide.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like.
Yeah. They've been doing that. They've been doing that. I mean, they do it.
I mean, the cops are killing black folk for sure.
Yeah.
Obviously. But I feel like they're also killing white people, and I feel like
there's
black people that are going and killing 5-6 people at a time, but they're just like, it's just how they're doing it, you know? It's like, so it's just weird. Like, they're dividing. They're dividing.
They put a certain image out here about black people to make non-black people think that this is how every black person is. They do the same thing with Africans when they come to America. You know, they tell them to stay away from black Americans. They're this, they're that.
Mm-hmm.
But they want everyone in the world to look at us in a certain way. And there's a lot deeper than what we will ever know, you know. And like, I mean, this goes back to...
Don't they do that with every race, though? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
What do you
like,
mean?
like,
yeah,
no, like, how, so you get, I mean, I don't, but there's white people that look at black people a certain way,
Mhm.
but there's also black people that look at white people a certain way,
Mhm.
and it's because what they had white people do,
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying? And then there's people that look at Mexicans a certain way, and Mexicans look at other people a certain way. I feel like,
What I can say to that, I mean, I don't know, y'all may not agree with me on this. When you said black people look at white people, everybody does that. Yeah, we do, because we talked about that in the podcast, how you had that stigma, right? As far as when you see somebody, you automatically, you know what I'm saying, you prejudge them, right? I mean, that's a thing, that's natural, but at the same time, too, some of it's due to circumstances and
Yeah.
events. So, like, you see let's just keep it, you know what I'm saying, you see a white person looks at a black person a certain way. Sometimes they really, not saying that black people have a reason to look at white people a certain way, but 9 times out of 10, the white person is just, that's how they were taught, how they were raised, you know what I'm saying? They don't know no better. It's their ignorance. Black people sometimes, I guess, they feel, how can I say it? They don't want to seem too vulnerable, and in a certain sense. So yeah, because I mean, I talk to my mom about that all the time, because she be kind of bringing, I got to correct her sometimes, like, it's not, you shouldn't necessarily look at that a white person that way. It's just that in your mental, your mental,
damn, I just thought that makes me think like,
Your
damn.
mental,
So that whole
like,
time
your-
she's talking to me,
your mental capacity
she's
is
sitting there
not
cussing
like,
me at the same time.
I can't think of what she's doing, nigga. I don't know, but I'm trying to make it make sense. It's like,
Well, you see how she
It's-
is? I mean,
it's-
yeah.
it's due to the history, basically.
No, I know, that's what I'm saying. I think-
Yeah, it is. 'Cause
But what if they
I-
made that history like that? So it's like this.
I had this conversation with a guy I used to work with, you know, and I was telling him, you know, because he was talking about, you know, stuff too far as how they portray black people and stuff on TV. And then we got on the subject of racism, and he was like,
But
yeah,
everybody loves the black culture at the same time.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
fucked up, ain't it?
Everybody.
It is, yeah. But we was
That's-
talking. He was
Like
saying, you know, that there's
said, everybody want to be a nigga
till it's time to be a
till
nigga.
it's time to be a nigga.
But we got on the racist stuff, and he was like, well, yeah, you know, there's black racists too, and I was like, yeah, but in all honesty, can a black person really be racist? Can they really be racist? I mean, they can
They can
have,
be prejudiced, I feel like, but
Yeah.
not racist.
yeah, I mean, they can have thoughts.
Yeah.
The thoughts may be the same as some of the white people, but
Well, how are you defining? Because, like I said,
Yeah, what do you mean?
You can be
No.
prejudiced, but I feel like they can be prejudiced, but they can't be racist. So how are you defining like being racist?
racist is just
Not liking somebody?
I
just
feel like that's
blunt.
prejudice, like
Blunt about how you feel, not wanting to deal with a person in any kind of way
Because he's or
because
she's that
of,
color.
yeah,
I mean, you can. I think so. I mean, I've met a black guy that was, you know, like that. You know what I'm saying? He just,
I don't know. I feel like racism is a little bit like more of a systematic.
it is.
you know, it is. That's,
definitely-
Like, and I feel
it's
like that's
taught.
what you mean, like how black people can't be racist because they
It's
don't
taught.
have.
no, I feel, I feel,
See,
yeah, I feel what you're
The
saying.
TV doesn't teach black people to be racist.
No,
It doesn't.
teaches them to be scared,
Yeah, it teaches you to
vulnerable.
be. It teaches
Yeah.
you to be scared. It teaches you to be compliant.
Yeah,
You know, or this is gonna happen to you. But I mean, with all the police killings they were showing, a few years ago, we look at the same thing on TV. How I see it, and you sitting right beside me, not you specifically,
yeah, yeah.
but someone sitting right beside me who's not the same color me see this completely different than what I see it. I see it as cold-blooded murder.
Mm-hmm.
They see it as, well, he shouldn't have moved. You know,
Yeah, I feel you.
let's Trayvon Martin.
Mhm.
You know,
He was shot in the back or something, wasn't
he was shot in the chest.
he? In the chest.
Yeah, but he was, just walking from the store with a Skittle and a tea in his hand.
Mm-hmm.
This guy didn't have to bother him, but he did, and it ended in his death. And this dude has went around and
I mean, I've been thrown to the ground and shit. Like, that's why, I'm not like, I believe, like I've told Trill, like, I believe in there's white privilege, But I believe some white people don't get it like others though in a way. I haven't. I mean, I ain't got shot at, but we're right here.
They're not wrong.
There's not cops really shooting people around here, but dude, for a red light, for just petty shit. Like you know how many times I got resisting arrest and shit when I ain't resisted shit? Like how for one, the times I've got resisted arrest, how can I get resisting arrest if I'm not even under arrest?
But you gotta look at it this way, because I'm gonna say this too.
I've been thrown to the ground after being handcuffed and shit like that for what?
I'm gonna say
And then that's
too.
when I'll let them know, like, man, fuck y'all, that's petty, you know, this and that. When I'm already getting booked in for a red light.
The thing about this though, this is why sometimes why it does resonate with the white person as far as white privilege. And I'm gonna say this as a black man, because if I was white, and I understand the circumstances, sometimes a lot of white people they wouldn't necessarily fed a silver spoon, so they don't necessarily see it. You feel me? Like they did have to work and they did have to, you know what I'm saying, do this and that. So they don't want to hear that shit.
Yeah.
You feel me?
No.
And if I was a white guy and I had to fucking work hard, I don't want to hear that shit either. They're not going. They're not going to see that. You feel me?
I think the
so
white privilege.
That's why it doesn't resonate with some white people.
I feel like once I have, you know, once I'm worth, you know, 20, I want to be worth 369 million just because of the 369. I found out how powerful those numbers are. That's what I'm gonna be, or 3.69 million, whatever. Once I'm up there though, and I'm driving around in fucking $100,000 car, I think I could get caught with a pound of bud or something in my back seat, and the cop would be like,
and it go away.
Yeah, all right. But if y'all did, they fucking drug dealing.
It's funny too, because
you know what I'm saying. Like I think that's when white privilege come in. Like the silver spoon is what got me.
It's funny too though, because I have people be asking me like, I got pulled over, and they'd be like, well, anything happened to you? And I'm not about to be asking.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, did anything? What
we got stopped one time in
anything happened to you?
Like
and I'd be like, no,
ago.
nothing happened to me. Either he let me go, or I got a ticket and I moved on.
Because
like,
you clean though, like he was clean,
and that's
respectful.
People don't take in the circumstances. I live in
maybe
Jefferson City, Tennessee, nigga.
Maybe the cop though too at the same time. Maybe the cop.
In this area, I feel like if it was gonna happen, I mean, it's just a mass. I mean, in this type of area, I feel like it's not gonna be prevalent here. Like now, if I lived somewhere else, or you know what I'm saying, and I didn't, they say I'm clean. It depends on how you look at that and your perspective on that. I feel like if it was a different area, if it was a different area, like say we've been pulled over before, but if it was a different area, you never know how it might go. So just because it didn't happen to me then in this area, don't mean that's not prevalent. You feel me?
You know, I've had several incidents with the police. You know,
were they straight or were they? You could tell they sitting there judging.
Living in Virginia, you know, I mean, I could tell you about something there. But we used to just be outside on the corner or something. The what we call jump out boys.
Mm-hmm.
They would just pull up on the block and snatch us up, put us inside. They would come in Suburbans and vans and shit, and get you inside the van and strip search you in Virginia for no reason, you know.
Whoa.
And they, if you had any money, they take your money.
Wasn't that kind of like the stop and frisk rule or some shit like that?
They don't have that. They don't have that in Virginia.
I mean, talking about like as far as like why wasn't that a thing? But that was a rule like in somewhere, and they had to like
in New York.
Yeah, okay, that's what it was.
Where you could just stop.
So they could get away with that.
You could just stop anybody.
That's like
police.
We got pulled over once. Well, me and Denzel got pulled over, and well, obviously Denzel's a black boy. I mean, I don't know if there's any white people named Denzel, but
there is.
Maybe. I'm sure there is. Yeah, I'm sure there is. But we got pulled over.
I don't know no white nigga.
We got pulled over for something I did. You know what I'm saying? How I went over the lane or something. I was bullshitting. It was late at night. It was my fault. We got stopped. And we get blue lighted. I pull over. He comes up to the car. Asks for registration and shit. Looks in the Denzel. Goes back to the car. Comes back, but he comes back to Denzel's car. Opens my fucking truck door to the passenger door and said, "Step out of the vehicle, please." And I was like, whoa, like, you know, and Denzel listened because you're, as a black person, I feel like you're scared to listen, that or you getting shot.
Mm-hmm.
But around here, I feel like he should have exercised his rights. Like, why is he having to step out of the car? I'm not even out the fucking car yet.
No, he shouldn't have did that.
Thank you, Denzel.
No, I mean, that ain't gonna happen. He would, at worst, he would have just.
This is a small town.
He still was going to get a ticket or something. Yeah, he's not getting shot. I don't.
This is a small town. You would be surprised. Some of these people in small towns like this who never really been out, they look at TV and what they see is fact.
Yeah.
So-
Oh yeah, definitely. Like the news is religion type
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, so
No, I feel you.
he did the right thing.
I think the worst would have happened. He would have got took to jail.
Mm.
But then it would have been like, why did he get took to jail for saying, you know, why? Like
They would have made up something.
why not questioned it? Well, I'm right here too.
Yeah,
I had nothing on me. Denzel had, like, dude, my pinky nail, like not even a third of a gram, like, tiny, and it was in his sock. And they asked Denzel. That's all they was wanting. They just already judged him off that. They couldn't smell it or nothing like that. They couldn't. We wasn't even smoking or nothing.
Mm-hmm.
It was shady how they did it. They just straight up, fuck Levi, you know. Denzel's never been in trouble or nothing. They just judged him right there and
Yeah.
got his ass. I just feel like that was unlawful.
You know, I was riding the other day and I remembered another thing that happened to me one time walking in Knoxville. I was in West Knoxville and I was walking from the store where I worked at to my aunt's apartment, had on my uniform and everything. And I'm just walking down the street. Cop pulls up beside me, shines his light all on me, swerves over in front of me, pull in the parking lot, get out the car, tell me come here. What are you doing out here? I mean, I'm in my uniform. I'm leaving work.
Yeah.
You know, well, I'm over here talking to you because there's been some break-ins around here, and you fit the description, which we always fit the description
Yeah.
or something. You fit the description. I said,
Well, we
well,
all look alike.
yeah. I'm like, you can honestly see that I'm walking from work.
Yeah.
Well, I got to take your picture. Made me lean up against his car so he could take a picture. You know, I don't think the average person walking down the street experiences things like that.
No, that's weird.
No, like, and that ain't.
You should have asked who he is. Be like, dude, I don't even know you. I don't even know if you're an actual fucking cop. I mean, but you can do that. But see, it's just that's what we really need to do is
Well,
just
you know
start
what?
standing
But you know
up.
what happens though? You know what happens though when that happens, and I'm gonna be honest with you. We gonna do that. Somebody's gonna have their cell phone out. We gonna do that, and then they're gonna show us talking back to the fucking police officer.
Yep.
And then it's gonna get blown out of fucking proportion, and everybody gonna be on Facebook and all that. Oh, well, he shouldn't have been talking shit.
Yeah.
He should have been quiet.
It goes back to what I
It's
said.
just-
Well, that's
About we see two different things.
Then that's when I agree with population control. Let's get rid of all these motherfuckers because we don't need dumbasses. We don't, and that's considered a dumbass because that's why they get away with what they get away with because people like that don't want to fucking question things. They want to believe.
Well, see, the thing
this
is,
they just believe everything they're fucking told and say, hey, do this and do that. Hey, it might take a couple motherfuckers getting shot at or killed or whatever, and I'll be gladly to, you know, like, that would be more like a sacrifice for a good reason. Hell, I'd be, you know, if it takes me being black to do that, somehow I'll fucking go get my skin that color just to fucking be one of these guys that stand up to, because more times that happen, I think that's when shit will change. I don't think it's like, you know what I'm saying, with you saying, well, it is what it is. I mean, well, okay. Well, if that's the case, then the government's going to control us forever. We're going to, you know what I'm saying, we're going to be part of that New World Order shit. You're just going to die. We're all going to get put in concentration camps, splitted from our families. That's why Walmarts are here and shit like that. That's what's going to happen. It is what it is. Why the fuck, you know, why try to make things better? Fuck it.
I never said it like that.
That's
but,
what I
mean,
get. That's what I get. The people
I think I
that
never
say,
said it like that. But no, I mean, going on to your point though, I mean, as far as that, I mean, what can you do?
the more people do, there's more of us than there is them. I know, well, money does this and they got more money, but what the fuck is money?
They got more money. They got more weapons. They can do whatever.
Okay, what are they gonna do? Blow us all up? They're
Yeah.
gonna
Shit.
and they gonna blow themselves up.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard?
They gonna blow themselves up.
No,
Have
they
you
got safe houses.
Have you ever heard of Black Wall Street?
Mm-mm.
You never heard of Black Wall Street?
Like, I mean,
Tulsa,
Black-
Oklahoma. It was a
Uh-huh.
Black Wall Street where basically black people was, growing. They were making money off themselves. Basically, had their own community,
okay.
and they were building up their own community with their own shops, buying each other's whatever each other made
Helping
or
them.
sold. They were buying from each other.
Yeah.
The U.S. government bombed it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You dropped the bomb on me.
bombed it, tore it all down. Look it up when you get
No,
out.
I will. Yeah, I will. But that's what I'm saying. But they can't do that to everybody.
You'd be surprised what they can do. I mean, a lot of stuff they doing now is they putting it in. I believe they putting a lot of stuff in food.
No, I already know that.
They putting it in diseases and viruses.
No, I already, yeah.
You know,
That's a given.
so that's how they're gonna, get rid of.
But I think
people.
they do that though is because the human mind, and they understand this, that it's powerful, and the best way to cause chaos, not within your brain,
That's why I said psychology is the most dangerous weapon.
is to cause to make cancer, to have this shit that like diseases and shit like what's this
Corona fucking.
Yeah, the corona-
man, we ain't nobody getting that. Ain't nobody getting that.
That's why I said it's
Ain't
gonna
nobody
be here,
getting that.
Be here for another month, and all of a sudden we ain't never gonna hear about you.
No, it's just fucking
Like Ebola,
freak everybody out
like
and
swine
hell,
flu.
It's just like the AIDS virus.
stress. Like everything's a frequency.
Mhm.
Everything's energy. So if you're in that energy, that frequency with the universe, negative shit's gonna happen to you.
Yeah, like with the AIDS. Have you ever heard of
You really believe Magic had AIDS, or was he just the front runner? I guess you can say front runner, or the puppet, the face of AIDS, to make it seem like
I don't know, but
because now he ain't got it,
I don't know. I feel like that's kind of because you know how you
now
always be talking
okay,
about.
this is what I'm talking
and he's
about.
always looked healthy.
Have you ever heard of a guy named Credo Mutwa?
Mm-mm.
He's an African dude.
Credo
Mutwa.
Mutwa
He
Credo.
he talked about the AIDS virus and how they tried to make it seem like an African thing. They got it from eating monkey brains.
Is that what they said?
Yeah.
Back then.
Yeah, he said that they dropped stuff in water. They dropped like barrels of stuff in water down there in this that fed this one community, and the people drank from the water, and that's how they got AIDS, and it spread around, and killed a lot of people in that area. Like they did that purposely. The reason they would do something like that is because they want that land anyway.
Yeah.
So yes, I mean when it comes to diseases and things like that, they are using that as a weapon to exterminate us. And then if you think about it, every few years something new pop up.
Literally every 2 years.
Yeah, like you
so.
said, this coronavirus.
They're saying it's from bats.
But see, then 2 years ago, remember
I
that?
said, man, that niggas was drinking bat soup at the back
No.
of the bowl.
Do you see it? They eat bats, bro.
You think about
Come on,
it
dog.
like 2-3 years ago. Remember that new form of the flu came out that was killing people?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, and now it's this.
It's a new agenda every year.
Yeah, it's always something new.
Like last year was the measles.
Was it?
Yeah.
That's what
that
as soon
whole
as I ain't
getting
even sweating it.
vaccinated and all that dumb shit. Like, come on, where? We ain't talking about that now.
Have y'all really sweated?
It's not a
Like
thing no
at
more?
first I ain't gonna lie. At first I was like, fuck, for like literally maybe 30 minutes, and then after that I was like, wait a second. You know how many times there's been shit and ain't nobody getting like why?
I remember when the swine flu came out, I was like, oh shit, dog, like swine flu, H1N1, nigga, like, god damn, dog, we all gonna die. Nigga.
I mean,
Nothing
we can't
happened,
forget,
dog.
what's the Ebola virus?
Yeah.
It's
Bird flu, like all
they,
that shit.
they what they
bro.
do, they use a lot of stuff too to make the American public scared of immigrants.
Yeah. But that's what
They make
America's built on.
Yeah, exactly.
It's so crazy.
Come on, say it again so niggas can hear that.
What?
America
America's
is
built
built
on
off-
immigrants. I mean, that's what's built everything.
But I think
I mean, it's in our
Me-
face. Come on, like what the
Like, all
fuck?
these
Me
old buildings y'all
personally-
be fucking going inside of, yeah.
me personally, when it comes to some of the black people in America, I believe they are indigenous
Yes.
to this land.
Yeah.
I mean, you could look at me, you could look at Trill, and then you could look at somebody.
Saying like they were here before.
Yeah,
I know they are, and that's what they don't. And they're saying that they're putting y'all. I say y'all. That sounded bad. Well, no, it don't. Like they're putting that race as all African American when
it's not true. That's why.
They're native of this land.
That's why.
It's like a psychological like confusion.
That's why they put the name. We have ancestors who are indigenous to this land. I think that like I said, the Moors came here. the people who we consider as indigenous today, they even say that Africans came to America 50,000 years before Columbus ever. I mean, and then some people say Columbus never even came here.
That's what I was gonna say when I was turning that camera back on. What if everything we know, and even what you're saying, and what we said before, is just a fucking lie?
I mean,
Because I've seen a quote. It's like history. I said it the other night. I was watching the Super Bowl. I was drunk, but it was like history is just a bunch of lies agreed upon. Like basically saying, like, let's say we was from 1,000 years ago. We're like, all right, we're gonna tell these motherfuckers in the future that this happened.
Talked about that one time
And we're like, I don't remember that.
but who's in control of history?
I mean, that's the thing.
So you, that, I don't. That's
That's
what I'm saying.
why I said, like, the concept was...
Who writes the history?
Is this a quick trick question?
No.
No, you don't.
I don't know, I
How
guess
would he know?
The people that live inside the moon. That's who it is.
Live inside that.
The moon.
Shit, you never know.
Oh, yo.
You never know, but...
Speaking of the moon, I saw something the other day. I mean, I don't know if it's real. I really don't believe that we can leave this place, but scientists say that the moon is inside of Earth's atmosphere. That's what scientists teach
I'm on
today.
board with us not being...
Well, they said it's in space.
No, it's not. It's inside of Earth's atmosphere.
Yeah,
So,
I'm on
yeah,
board
dude.
with it not being in space.
But
You seen the episode of The Simpsons talking about it's a dome?
Oh yeah. The
The dude that owns, the dude that started Simpsons is a time traveler. I believe that.
I'm gonna have to look him up.
He's got everything fucking close to right, dude.
I don't think that
You got everything close, right? I'm gonna say that.
I don't believe that we can leave Earth. I don't. I honestly don't.
Joe just had the fucking astronaut though,
I mean, of course.
because he could be. I mean, that's the biggest show on the planet,
He,
so he can get be told to say, hey.
I mean, they can say what they want to say. If
If
you watch it,
have you ever came across like a real astronaut?
Hold on, have I ever met a real astronaut?
Like, it's anybody. Like, I don't think like anybody that you ever came across a real astronaut.
No, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. This is what dude said. They're out of everybody in history of everybody. I mean, there's 7.7 billion people on the planet now, is what they say. So imagine wiping like generations before that. I mean, that's trillions of people. There's only been 500 people in the space. Imagine being one of those people, though.
That's what I'm saying.
No,
Like,
there's
I mean,
what I'm
not
saying
even
is
those
you'll never
people.
meet an astronaut.
What
I mean, I don't want to
saying
say that. I
is-
don't want to put that on
No,
you.
not meeting one of those 500 people, but the people who are trying to be one of those 500 people. Like, have we ever met any?
Maybe. I mean, all you gotta do is be like an engineer or something, scientist or whatever, and then you just.
there was but what I want to get to the point about the moon that I
Yeah, my bad. We
a
just.
guy was talking and he was like, I mean, he just threw this out there. He was like, what if because some people say the moon isn't really a solid object. It's just like a hologram.
Yeah.
And dude, he was talking, he was like, what if the moon is a reflection of Earth? He's like, what if we look is like it's in plain sight, like we looking up at a reflection of Earth, and we think that it's actually a solid object. Because there's been people who have video recorded the moon, and you'll see a wave go through it, like a line to go through.
What's that line though?
Who knows?
Oh, you're saying like it's a hologram type of
Yeah.
line.
Yeah.
What if it's just like the fucking where the elite be at? It's just it is solid. It's just like a ship. I don't know. This is what I'll get at. Like if I was to go to the damn because Buzz and all these cocksuckers, the first people on the moon. You ever see these interviews? Like they be mad. There's this one dude always up Buzz's ass. He was the second guy to step on the moon with Neil Armstrong. Like he was that guy, that part of that group. And Buzz is in his 80s, and for years this dude would bring a Bible and be like, "Here's a Bible. All you gotta do is put your hand on the Bible. Here's 10 grand. You get 10 grand. Just put your hand on the Bible and say, I went to the moon." That's all you gotta do. And Buzz would not do it. And eventually, this is like 3 years ago, Buzz punched this motherfucker on the street because he for years he kept harassing. All he was trying to prove. Look, if I was the first person on the moon, or I would come back, and you wouldn't get me to shut up.
I don't know. Maybe he fucking seen some shit that fucked him up.
Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon.
What do
Things like that. Like, what if there is something up there that, hey,
Yeah, maybe
Did
maybe
you
seen some
see-
shit that fucked him up.
Did
and he
you
like, he
see
don't.
the video of the people after they came back from the moon? Did you see that interview? They look real nervous.
Oh
like,
yeah,
like
and
they-
they're at a
they-
table like this, and they ain't
Yeah.
saying much. They
That's
just
what I'm saying,
It-
like-
it's almost like they saying it because they have to say it.
yeah, but what if it's what you said? Like it is just a fucking reflection, or it is just a hologram,
Because,
or
like-
it is a spaceship, and
But maybe it is in the
but
atmosphere. maybe
NASA
it's
work.
fucking-
NASA isn't private like people think. It's a government, because you can type in. People are like, well, it ain't a government fucking company. Well, you have to type in NASA.gov.
Yeah.
But maybe NASA's like the style, like you know how you have like umbrella companies.
And NASA's with Elon and SpaceX and the other 2 or 3
You feel me? So you have
companies.
like, you know what I'm saying, the umbrella companies, and maybe there's one major company that owns all the other companies, but maybe NASA's just one of those that this company owns. You feel me?
NASA owns what company?
I'm not saying like I'm saying so you have NASA, SpaceX, all that. So maybe there's one company that owns all that, because you know how Disney owns all these.
What
fucking
I
channels.
think it is, I think
that
Same as
shit.
Viacom, yeah.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. So there's a company that owns all NASA and all that, but they're just the ones you see,
I think
and they're the ones that actually know and all that.
no,
other
I
shit.
think the
That's what I'm
government
saying.
is involved with NASA. NASA is getting involved with Virgin Airlines, like Russell Branson, who owns Virgin Mobile, him and SpaceX, Elon. I think that they know. I think they're legit just billionaires and are visionaries. Are optimistic and see a better future, and the government and NASA know like, hey, these cats, got the resources. They're going to be the ones to do it privately. We can't let them know what the fuck's up. So let's just merge with them. And I think that's why NASA does some things with Elon and SpaceX, because they don't want him to actually, I don't know.
I mean,
Or they can just be like, hey, well, let's go ahead and be buddy with this nigga, grab his concepts, and
Kill him.
yeah,
I guess we'll find out soon enough.
you know what I mean?
No, he could be like
Because everything he's doing is trying to do better.
he could be the next Nikola Tesla. You
I
know?
don't think he's that smart.
I don't know.
I mean, he might though. He might be. He might be. It's weird how he's got the Tesla motors, like the car, and then, dude, that 369, that frequency shit is real. That's what I was gonna get at on my way. I was gonna ask y'all, like, y'all do music, and I never listened to that XX Tashion. Is that how you say it?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, supposedly he was always enlightened, and he was always trying to. I mean, he's just young, and but he was saying that the music industry, because I mean, he made it up there. You know what I'm saying? He was big. I mean, he was making good money. That the music on Spotify, they wouldn't put him on Spotify because he was playing his music in certain hertz, like frequency. And the frequency that they play music now, like we're listening to, and you on Spotify, SoundCloud, all that, you drop your music into it and they change the frequency. You can't really hear it, but you feel it because it's not natural. It's so X would always play his frequency at like 432 hertz, which when you break it down is like 369. Break it down, it's like 9. Like it's like the frequency of the universe, where like you would feel good, and like, because he was saying like, have you ever listened to your favorite song, and then it's like you just get mad or sad or depressed or whatever. It's just like something, I don't know. All I know is that the shit we're listening to is supposedly being played in a frequency to control your mood, to control your mind, to control your feeling. Because what you feel, you start to believe, and what you believe, shit will happen to you. Like, if you're in a bad state, have you noticed when you're upset and you're in a bad state, it seems like shit just snowballs and it continues to be like, shit, it sucks, like bad?
Yeah.
What if that's what it is? What if it's...
I mean, now they know a lot that we don't know. And I think they got a lot of the stuff from digging around in Egypt.
Think so?
Yeah.
But what if they just did... What if the history is a lie, though? Everything.
Well, I mean...
So that's a cool concept to think about, but I mean, if it's all a lie, then you have nothing to hold on to. You feel me?
Exactly.
So,
I mean, but you gotta think too. The only history that we getting is American history.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at some of the people or the famous people that's from America, and then listen to their experiences outside of America, it gives them a whole new outlook on life.
Like when they go and
visit these other places.
That's what I want to
and
do.
see how the people are.
That's how I want to do it.
I mean, that's what I want to do.
I want to go see a third world country just so That's the best way. Like DMT, that's why I want to do DMT, because shrooms did this. Like the next day I was talking about, like the ego. My ego was, like, what the fuck is the ego? The ego is what's really running this planet.
Yeah.
And then when I did shrooms, I really, like, DMT is supposed to be the most potent thing. But it only lasts like 6 minutes, 5-10 minutes, so it's like what you experience in those 10 minutes with seeing with your third eye is like life-changing. Shrooms, it's fun, you know, and it's like a medicine. It really was. And when I looked at my phone, that's when I freaked out. And then I realized, like, everybody's wanting to know what's the Earth shaped like, you know, flat or round or whatever. I really believe that, because they say, but, you know, each universe has a black hole. Inside that black hole is another universe. You know what I'm saying? Like, what if it's just a funnel and it never ends? Because numbers don't end. You can break down the number 1, break it down to, and it'll be like 0. Blah, 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 blah. Then you can break that number down, and it'll be 0.0 blah, 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 blah. Then you can break that. You can just keep breaking numbers down.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's supposedly 7 types of infinity. Infinity, what's infinity? You know, how's there an ending to infinity? Because you can. It's weird. It's like math is big. That's what Nikola was on. Tesla, math is like the Matrix. Like, I tried. I was drunk, so he thought I was fucking crazy. And I said, look, Bogart told me something that I've always thought as a child, like a kid, and I tried to explain it here and there, not a lot, but I remember, like, what the fuck? And he didn't know. Like, right now I see it, dude.
Oh, you talking about the blurry type?
No, I didn't say it's staticky.
Yeah,
You don't. I see it right now.
I still don't.
If you look, just look. Like, when I say look, people think I'm talking about looking at what they know. Just like, it's not physical. It's just like,
Yeah.
I see it. It's like black and white, super microscopic, tiny, itsy bitsy, that are so tiny that it looks like a solid picture.
Yeah.
I mean,
If you ever stand in the complete darkness,
yeah, you said you do it better in dark.
yeah, just stand in complete darkness and you'll see.
It's like static. Like, what's the best way to explain it? You said it, and I get it. Like, and you said it in a fucking message. You know how shit's easier to understand talking?
Mm-hmm.
As soon as you said, I said, oh, hell. I was like, this motherfucker. I was like, dude, we on the same. I told you, I was like, ain't nobody ever. I didn't even know somebody thought like that.
Yeah.
And that means it's real. That means I ain't
Yeah.
fucking crazy. I thought it was my eyes, but my eyes, every time I had an eye check. Not for
I mean, we did touch on a lot of subjects today. So I appreciate y'all sticking with us this far. I know we went a while, but we got some good content. I appreciate Bogart for coming through.
No problem anytime.
For sure. I'm sure he'll probably be back. We will have some more guests. But real quick, I know we kind of touched on a lot of subjects, but what y'all take away from today? Anything? Like, I mean, I know I learned some things. For
Yeah.
sure.
I'm sure you did. Hell, everything I mean, well, I just like the different perspective of, you know, with the race shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's always good to hear another side.
Yeah.
You know,
That's true. That's true.
But-
That's the only way it's gonna get better. Is if
Yeah.
you know.
Other than that, I just feel like it's mostly a lot of shit I just think about on the daily. Like, I just be
Yeah.
by myself, like, what the
Yeah.
fuck is this?
A lot of people who are watching and listening, you know, they think the same way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I encourage y'all to comment below.
Yes.
Yeah,
Give
dude.
us your thoughts.
Even the guests telling y'all to comment. Just comment.
And I did take away. Not everybody sees that fucking static.
Yeah.
Like, it's
I mean, some people just may not realize.
it's a static. Like, y'all just look. I don't know how to explain it. Besides, it's like staticky.
If you see the static, comment below.
Yeah.
Oh, if you see the static, hey.
Yeah, if you see the
Oh,
static,
if they
hell.
comment and say, yeah, I
Yeah,
got
you going to come on the podcast.
You
I know
family,
we might
you
wanna talk
family.
to you.
You one of us.
Nah, I appreciate this conversation. I think this is going to be a good one. I think a lot of people are going to interact with this one now. As y'all see, we got guests coming on. Y'all see the things we're trying to move forward to. And two, the conversations they're more of informational and just for basically growing knowledge. Like, Bogart be bouncing ideas off to Levi bounce off ideas, you know, to Bogart, and I'm just soaking it all in. And that's just what it's all about, though. But I do appreciate y'all.
Take
so,
notes.
Yeah, take notes, y'all. And
Something
yes.
you.
Okay, well. All right, well. What I want y'all to do is subscribe to the podcast on YouTube, the SoundCloud, share it, hit the like button. All right, 'cause that's what's gonna, get us more exposure. And like I
The
said,
algorithm.
yes.
The more you like it, the more you comment, the more you share. It's an algorithm.
Yeah,
The
like
algorithm, it'll pick that up and it'll put us on, suggested pages and
Like
shit.
the brother Bogart said, comment down below y'all thoughts and y'all's opinions. Let us know, you know what I'm saying? Give Bogart some love. Levi, go ahead and show him the shirt though before we go.
Oh yeah. Well, who's getting it again?
Will and Lynn, we try to give you a shirt, dog, but I don't know. You might still get one, but you gonna wear the motherfucker. But I'm just saying.
I know, he's like, I don't want it.
Kind of funny,
He's
like you want to wear the shirt.
I understand
I get
you
it.
don't
Nah,
get
I'm
out,
fucking-
you live on a farm, but damn, you did share a lot.
Yeah, Lynn, I'm fucking with you, but yeah, basically we'll definitely get one, Lynn. And
But yeah,
Austin,
check it out. I don't know if you can. I hope I'm in the game camera.
But yeah, if y'all want a shirt, please let us know. Holler at me on the gram at Trilly Swago,
Levi James
at
Jones.
Levi James Jones. I don't even know what y'all
You got a
handle is.
you got an Instagram?
Yeah.
What's your Instagram?
Bogard_BDS.
Bogard_BDS. I'm gonna put that in the description box.
What? Didn't you just put a song out?
Yeah.
Celebration?
Yep.
Celebrate? Yeah, y'all
Yeah,
go
I
check
celebrate.
Yeah, celebrate.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
Appreciate it.
No, I like that. Y'all check them out. Hold on, I'm trying to find them
Yeah,
on
y'all can look
Instagram.
me up on YouTube. Type in Bogard BDS or Bogard Skrilla, and I'll pop up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But I definitely appreciate y'all. It's 31 episodes in. Makes me feel good. 32 coming soon. We about to take it home, dog.
No, you said it. I'm out. Peace.
All right,
Oh,
y'all.
make sure when you subscribe,
Mhm.
click on that bell and
Yes.
put it up to all. Click on the all bell so you will get anything they upload to YouTube.
Instantly.
Yeah,
Yeah, nigga.
You heard what he said.
You heard
Fuck.
what the fucking nigga said. Do that.
that way.
Yeah.
All right. We out.